Hello, everyone. Before we get started today, I wanted to let you know, especially if you are one of my loyal listeners that is looking for a little bit more, I've created a paid subscription option for the podcast for 99 pence per month. On top of this being ad-free and just purely being the essence of the episodes, I will be doing bonus episodes, some personal update episodes, and we'll also include any information, invites into any virtual workshops or online things that I do in the future. So if you fancy it, check out the show notes below with the link and enjoy the show. Hello everyone. Today's episode is sponsored by Athletic Greens. Athletic Greens has a product I use literally every day. I started taking AG1 because I was struggling to fit in time for my health. I wanted to improve my energy levels and look after my health in the long term. So what is this stuff? With one scoop of AG1, you're absorbing 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food-sourced superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens to help you start your day right. This special blend of ingredients supports your gut health, your nervous system, your immune system, your energy, recovery, focus, and aging. All the things. Now, I take AG1 first thing in the morning. It gives me that fresh feeling. It gives me that energy to set me up for the day. And it's really simple to consume. It gives me the peace of mind that I'm looking after my immune system and my health every day, and really convenient to fit into your lifestyle. I can take it first thing in the morning. I can take it once I arrive at work or when I'm traveling. It supports a busy lifestyle where it's really easy to consume. It supports my sleep quality and my recovery, as well as helping me keep good focus and have mental clarity around other projects like this podcast. And AG1 is a small micro habit with big benefits, just like some of the other things I talk about on this podcast. It's one small thing that you can do every single day to take great care of yourself. And Athletic Greens has over 7,000 five-star reviews and is trusted by leading health experts such as Tim Ferriss and Michael Gervais. Right now, it's time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition. It's just one scoop in a cup of water every day. That's it. No need for a million different pills and supplements to look out for your health. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/emerging. Again, that is athleticgreens.com/emerging to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. Hello everyone, and welcome to today's episode of the Self-Improvement Project. I hope everybody is well. I hope you are making a big impact with the small changes that you are making each day in your own world of self-improvement. Lots of people are saying that they're enjoying listening to me on their morning walks. So if you're on your morning walk just now, thank you for allowing me to join you on your tranquil and peaceful time in the morning. Today's episode is called What Really Matters When We Feel Like We Don't Matter. And I just want to repeat that again, just to let it sink in. What really matters when we feel like we don't matter. Now, this isn't a morbid episode. It's more of a perspective episode. And recently I've been pondering around the thought of self-importance and belonging that can contribute significantly to our day-to-day mood and our lives as a whole. Something I've perhaps personally found along this journey so far with the self-improvement project is getting closer to discovering more of and finding the joy of having more time and more space in my entire life, in my day-to-day life, from a perspective side of things as well. And the more aware I become of having more time and space, the more I seek it and the more ruthless I have become around creating it. Being selfish around my choice of time, being, like I say, ruthless about the decisions I make, about how I want to spend it. Things like finding time for myself, finding time to do nothing, having less plans and less commitments, whether that's in my day-to-day work or potentially socially. And there's a beauty to all of this because at the crux of it is that it's all that we've ever wanted since our lives have become unbearably busy. Especially when you start working full time, time passes really quickly. You feel a need to keep up with everyone and everything. And that's where this never-ending feeling of busyness comes from. So the idea of having more space and time within our control is almost the holy grail to an extent. It's an achievement within itself when we reach it. However, as I've, like I say on this journey, identified, tweaked, eliminated parts of my life to create more time and more space, it creates a sense of unknown and uncertainty. Now, neither of these are good nor bad, but it's like everything in life, there's no perfect solution or perfect combination. Now, this sense of unknown and uncertainty is not in a sense of how to fill my time. I wouldn't ever say that I get bored, but it's actually in a sense of need, a sense of importance, and a sense of being needed. Let me elaborate. Some questions to start off this idea of where this sense of need and importance comes from. What do I belong to? Who do I matter to? These are some big questions that no matter what stage of life you are, they will be ever changing and constantly shifting. It seems like a classic example of a high-flying, busy and popular person suddenly retiring and stopping everything that they do and realizing that the world doesn't need them anymore. Have you ever felt like that when you've maybe stopped some sort of club or career or anything like that as well? You might be able to resonate. And as harsh as it may sound, it is the stark reality of what happens. Seeing friends can be such a joy because of the free time that you've not had to spend with them before. You've always been too busy or had too many things on that you cannot see them. That is why the joy that you have when you spend with them is so intense. But on the flip side, if you have all the spare time in the world, it actually reduces the intensity of that pleasure. So a question here is what to do. How can we strike a balance with this idea of finding what matters? One thing we need to do is we need to create things that matter uniquely to ourselves. The self-improvement project uniquely matters to myself. No one else can do this in the same way that I do it, which adds an element of value that gives me something to turn up for each week. Fill your life with projects that only matter to you. We grow up in a world that tells us that we need to fit in and do things that are popular. And on the flip side, we actually get the most joy from the most unique things that matter to us. There's an element of not being able to choose and naturally aligning with things that we never thought that we would align with. But by following that, it gives us that element of unconditional and eternal joy. This thing or these projects or these curiosities that only matter to you and only you can do in your own unique way have to be pure and unconditional only to you. It's important to acknowledge here that there is no success to be had from what you pursue. Yes, it's good for motivation. Yes, it's good for striving and improving yourself. However, the success comes from dedicating your life to it, dedicating your time and your days to something that brings you joy. There is no objective success to it. The classic cliche of the joy should be from pursuing it, not reaching a goal. It's not about gain. It's not about receiving any recognition. It's not about receiving any money. It's about you purely enjoying what matters to you day in, day out. The nice thing about creating these things is that it is bound to have a positive impact on others in the world. Some might be jealous because they have that emptiness in their life and they don't know what to pursue. There might be a jealousy of looking like from their perspective that you have mastered something, and that jealousy purely comes from a place of insecurity to an extent because they haven't. But to flip it back to the positive impact on the world, think of how special it is that only you can contribute this to the world in your way through a combination of lots of different factors, but the main one being the unconditional and intrinsic motivation to pursue something. It's always nice to use the perspective of even one person being positively affected by your good intentions makes it all worth it. You'll know what I mean from both perspectives, whether you have done something along these lines and seen the impact that it has, or you have someone you admire that you see them pursuing that and you can then feel the impact that it has on you. This does require an adjustment of perspective. it's important to look at how do you perceive value in your world. A more stark question would be, if you were to lose your job or sense of importance tomorrow, how would you create from scratch what I've talked about today? If it helps, you can always write to me about it. I love hearing people's stories. People's perspectives teach me things and I learn from them as well. And that's us today. I hope you have enjoyed that. I hope it has made you think. And like I say, as always, if you want to write to me or share any thoughts you have, please do. If you fancy receiving this sort of stuff in writing on a Sunday, you can join my Sunday email. Or if you have anything else, just reach out to me. But I hope you have a great week, and I will see you all next time. Cheers. Hey guys, me again. I hope you enjoyed that episode. And if you're not ready for the Becoming Unstuck in 30 Days self-led course quite yet, why don't you try my free ebook I created? 5 simple steps to improve yourself and your life. I made this during the very first lockdown of the pandemic in the early days of the Self-Improvement Project. It's a quick go-to when you're feeling unsure what to work on when improving yourself or your lifestyle. And the great starting point if you're trying to figure out how to live a more fulfilling and simple life. The link for this will be in the show notes for you. Have a good one.